One thing you got to understand is when you commit fraud or theft to a corporation, there's nothing wrong with that. Anytime you have a corporation that belongs to this system, their energy is derived from the resource, which is the people and the things on the planet, the resources, people included. And anytime you're doing fraud or theft towards a corporation, it's really not a problem and it doesn't affect the corporation. The only reason they'll tell you it affects the corporation and it can affect the corporation is if too many people or everybody is doing it. It's like when I was young, I used to go to the store and steal a lot of shit, and I used to like make fun of the not make fun of them, but like look at the other kids and people be like, "You're stupid. You can just steal that." And I used to even tell some of my friends like, "Why don't you just steal that?" But then nowadays, as I'm older and wiser, I'm actually glad that a lot of people don't do that, because if I go up in a store, like I told you guys about the Pokemon cards that I stole that I'm trying to flip, if everybody was doing that, then I wouldn't be able to do it. So there needs to be some people that actually plays by the rules and does it right. So if you do decide to commit some type of theft or fraud towards the system, you can do it. Another fucking case in point, um, the Instagram scams. You know how like they'll get like a fake check and they deposit it into the account. I did it a few times. I made some money on it, but the reason I wasn't consistent and I had to stop it because you have to get like the right account and routing numbers, and you get your only way you can get those that work is from like business corporations. Like if you have a job or if you're working for a company or you get a lawsuit, they'll send you a check, and at the bottom of the check is the company's business routing and account number. You need fresh business and account numbers for each drop you do into the account. I had a few checks I got from the years before, so I did a few checks. I ran up like about 20 racks because you can deposit a max of like, depending on the mobile deposit limit, you can do it. So I ran up like some good money, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have a consistent way to keep getting those numbers because the people who do it. So, anyways, when I look at all this, when I was doing it, I'm like, these banks, they lose literally thousands of dollars. I'm probably even gonna say in the millions because people be doing this shit every day. 10,000, 20,000, 5,000, 3,000, a few hundred. Like they'll be doing these things. Like people be doing it every day. So these banks are losing so much money every day. But why is it these banks are still able to run and function? And every time a bank collapse, they always collapse around a fucking astrological date, like it's almost like it's planned. This is why I was like, is nothing wrong with the fraudulent and the negativity of the system. It's just they can't have everybody doing it. This is what law enforcement and this is what FBI and CIA and crime stoppers is not to get rid of crime because you can't get rid of it. It's just they need to make sure that you're not doing too much crime, because if you're doing too much crime, if a system has too much crime, then the people aren't going to be producing, because they're going to be, because anytime you do some type of fraudulent or crime towards the system, you're not producing something and you're getting money. And they designed this system where you need to, in order to live in it, you need to make money, and the only way to make money is by doing certain things. Anytime you make money easy is because you won the lottery or you're doing a crime, because they have this down to a pack. So they need everybody working to get money. They can't have everybody get it for free. If they do, such as with crime and lottery winnings and all this, and too many people are doing it and making money, then nobody's building the system. So like, this is why I'm starting to understand, like, this system is just straight up fucking demonic and evil as fuck, because the only reason they'll tell you that, oh, you need to help be a productive member of society, is not for any reason, because at the end of the day, you don't need to really be you don't need to be a productive member of society really to be successful. There's people who aren't productive members who are successful, and the reason they're able to be successful, not be productive, is because you got other people working for the system. So it's like everybody's a slave. If you think about it, everyone's like a fucking slave. This shit's crazy. This is why they promote this shit. Go get a job, go work, go do this. And a lot of you guys think that, oh, I gotta work and get a job because I'm an adult and I'm big. And I'm not saying you shouldn't work. I'm not saying go and quit. I'm not saying that. But you think outside the box for a minute. Why do they give a fuck about you getting a job and working? They don't care about you living and supporting yourself. They just care that you have a way to make money so they can tax that money, and then you can build their system. It's all about, because every time you're in a position where they're paying you on payroll, that means you're doing some type of thing that's building this system. Whether it's you're flipping boxes at UPS, or you're a construction worker, customer service, you're doing something to help keep this shit rolling. So they want to keep that shit going. So they need people participating, and if not enough people participating, and people just got money, then that's where you have situations. So this is when they'll like cut off resource for civilization, and then they'll say it's economy, or it's all, but it's not even because of that. It's because they're mad because people aren't working, and when people aren't working, they cut off the resource. Because like I said in my last video, they have AI to do every single job out here that a computer can do. A computer can even pretty much anything you can think of. There's not one job a computer cannot do. That includes politician, that includes fucking president, all the other shit that they say, doctor, fucking anything that you can think of. And even things that people can't do because it's impossible for us to do, a computer can still do that. So they can do everything we can do and more. So why the fuck did they have computers run the system and do all the jobs, and they had people just collect checks and sit down? It's not that they couldn't do that. It's because they don't want to do that. Because, like I said in my previous videos, they're the Jewish small dick fallen race. They have fucked up blood and fucked up genetics, and they're so this is why they hate Jewish people got small dicks, and this is why you see all these Masons, and you'll see like the Queen of England, and like all these billionaires, and fucking like Warren Buffett and McCain, all these fucking Jewish fucks with small dicks. They look all deformed. They say they look reptilian, and they look so ugly you think they're like transformed, but it's not really that they're a reptilian. Some of these niggas is just really fucking like, they're fucked up, because when on a spiritual level, when you're so low spiritually, it manifests as you having like fucked up features. And this is what it comes up with the Jewish and the small dick shit. And this is why you see all the billionaires, like the Russian billionaire Bitcoin fucking like miner or whatever. This nigga was like a billionaire, and he's like fucking in his early 20s. This nigga looked like something from a horror flick. Like his eyes was fucked up. This nigga was like really like some demonic shit. So like I'm saying, guys, like this shit's crazy. It's just fucking crazy. That's that whole Jewish shit. Like that shit's like dead serious, nigga. I'm not even fucking like, I don't even know why I said dead serious. I don't like using words like that. I don't get that. Yeah, fuck that word. I don't like using like shit like dead and kill and using it as like a like I'm saying a metaphor. I don't like to use that shit. But you guys know what I'm saying. But I just want to just put this video out here, because it's just, this whole system is a fucking scam. Is a straight up scam. Like, think about it though. Like, every single day you got people stealing millions of dollars, stealing from stores, committing check fraud, all these things. But why is the system keep going? If they say all these things hurt the system, then why does the system keep going? You see what I'm saying? Why doesn't it keep going? Because they have to sell you this illusion. And this is why the only time you'll see rich people act ignorant is if it's a rapper. No, peep game. Every time you see a rich, successful person act ignorant, it's always somebody who's black or a rapper. You'll never see a billionaire stunting and flossing and showing chains and talking anyhow. You'll see a rapper look like $1 million. Like this nigga look like he a billionaire with all the jewelry and everything and the designer. But that nigga's broke compared to these rich people out here. But yet when you see them, they just dress regular and they act humble. It's not because they humble. It's just they have to sell you that image. Because if they started acting ignorant, if Bill Gates started acting like a motherfucking rapper, people will be so fucking offended by this shit, and they'll be like, fuck this system, it ain't nothing. Imagine if the dude who runs the system, who controls everything, came out with like a whole fleet of fucking Bugattis, nigga, and like 20 mansions. It was like literally flexing on all the rappers. It'll make you like really look at it. So this is why they like make the white people look all nerdy and whatever, but behind closed doors, they're rolling fucking weed and cigars with fucking $100 bills and looking down and laughing at fucking people, homeless people in the street. Like they do fucked up shit like that, but they can't show you that because they got to show you that humbleness so they can keep people thinking that this system gives a fuck about them, so they can actually give a fuck about the system and keep working and be like, I'm just trying to be productive. But if you knew these niggas in the behind closed doors, these niggas out here fucking children in the goddamn ass, torturing them after they're doing that, then filming it, making the kids watch it while they're fucking them again. These niggas do the fuck. Ooh, man, you niggas, if you guys knew, these niggas is fucked up, man. Niggas be torturing children, shit, drinking their blood, torturing them to death, then molesting and raping the dead body and burning it. Like, they be doing the most, whatever nigga you can think of, they do, because they always want to do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. These niggas is sick, and these are these billionaire corporate people who own fucking companies like AT&T and fucking like Dell and all these big, like Monsanto. These people, they do that because they got all that money and power, and they feel invincible, like they can do it and shit. So, yeah, these people ain't shit, man. These people ain't shit. And I'm not saying I'm not, like, what I'm saying is, if you want to rape, molest, and do that shit to kids, do it to these Masons kids. Rape, molest, and kidnap and torture these Masons children. I'm not saying that, because some children need to be raped, molested, and beaten to fucking death. These Masons children, these fucking Jewish kids who belong to these fucking bloodline lineage who run, those children need to get the fucking, all their children need to be dropped in a pen full of pedophiles, nigga, and let them have at it for the next 24 hours. Like, straight up, that needs to happen. So if they want to do that, do it to your own kids. Don't do it to fucking like the children of the damn, whatever the fuck people want to call it, children of the sun, God's people. Don't do it to the enlightened one, the people who came down, who have spiritual energy. Do it to yourselves, nigga. For real. But then they can't, because like if they did it, it's not the same energy. Because the people with the energy, when they do shit, they have to get the energy, the soul energy. So the fear, the anger, the emotions is what they feel. So yeah, it's crazy. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this video, guys. I just want to quickly say this shit. Yeah. But peace. Oh yeah, and I got some more of those cards. I found this comic book dude. He's a seller. Like, he buys them from me, and he buys them cards from people. So I'm about to have all those cards sold. I'm about to get some more. So that actually looks like it's been going good, to be honest. I made a few hundred in the past few days. So, and a few hundred now is actually close to $1,000 if you think about me quitting weed and me going on my fast. So like, because I shoplift 80 to 90% of the products that I consume. I shoplift, I don't buy, and I'll go into another video about that. So that $400 is equivalent to, like, for you watching this video, $1,000, because I can make it stretch, because a lot of shit I don't even spend my money on, to be honest. Like, this whole outfit I didn't fucking pay for. All that shit in that corner I didn't pay for. I paid for the rent here, I paid for the car, and like literally everything, even those pots I'm growing some, I didn't pay for. I walked out. Like, everything that you see, like 80 like I said, 80 to 90% of the shit I have, I did not fucking pay for. I don't pay for shit. I'm telling you, like, I don't. I don't pay for it, to be honest. Like, I'm literally, like, I don't know how much I can get you guys to believe. You don't have to believe it, but like, I'm not gonna say I don't do everything. Like I said, 80 to 90%. That's not everything, but that's 80 to 90%. So I don't pay for 80 to 90% of my shit. I'm dead serious about that. I don't know why I said dead again. I said I wasn't gonna use the word dead into my shit, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this flick.